Ramos Marquez v. Bondi out of the Fourth Circuit can't leave us without some sort of MS-13 asylum case. They do start the Fourth Circuit, quote, MS-13, quote, the gang originated in Los Angeles in the 1980s. Since then, it has spread across the country and into the foreign countries such as El Salvador, Honduras, and Mexico, end quote. Important to remember, unnecessary for the Fourth Circuit to say, unless, like me, they think it's important to remind those who would label these countries as dangerous places that actually we exported MS-13 to those countries. And that should be a consideration when we're trying to eradicate this criminal organization. We have some responsibility. It started in the California prison system, is my understanding. In any event, this guy fears MS-13. They killed two of his brothers, did a lot of things, made him bend down at gunpoint, and then hit him over the head with the gun and knocked him out, threatening to kill him. Just terrible stuff. Again, killed two of his siblings. But there's a state of exception in Honduras where ostensibly the government is going after MS-13. And he did report some of these threats, and the cops would come and not really do anything, certainly not solve the crime. So this is about the unable or unwilling to protect prong for asylum. Lots of great quotes. I'm just going to quote some. Quote, evidence of empty or token assistance cannot serve as the basis of a finding that a foreign government is willing and able to protect, end quote. So that's pretty important. Another thing, all the time in these cases, asylum seekers get dinged for not reporting harm. Here, he reported some, but not all. It's going to be a problem not to report the harm, but you can get out of it if it would have been futile to report, or it would have subjected one to further abuse, persecution, torture, what have you. Then the Fourth Circuit gets into what it believes the country condition evidence shows about Honduras, which just great stuff to quote in your own Honduran asylum briefs. Quote, it is widely recognized that the Honduran government, including the police, military, and judicial system, is crippled by severe corruption, lawlessness, and impunity. Impunity is widespread. It seems important. Maybe like the first quote of your asylum brief. Now, this tickled me. It's tragic because the guy's brothers died, but like, it's always the case, right? Like, police show up, okay, but like, they always show up after the harm occurs. How is that really important? Here's the Fourth Circuit. Police showing up, doing not much. Quote, it says nothing about whether the police would be able to control MS-13 before they murder the petitioner. They certainly were unable to control MS-13 before they murdered both of his brothers, end quote. Right? As to the state of exception, just because it exists, purported efforts do not excuse a government's failure to do, or at least the BIA's requirement to do a specific analysis to the specific facts of the case. They can't just say Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador. It's got to be tethered to the applicant, him or herself. So just a whole bunch of usual ICE arguments and often logic being shot down in this decision. It was a split decision. Judge Wilkinson dissented, but the majority always wins the day.